Hi fellow crafters, I'm Becky with Flutter and Fibers, and today we are on week 4 of the Chaos Blanket. This is the one where there's no pattern and no plan. Everything I do each week is chosen by a random selector. I hope that you are following along and doing one of your own, and if you are, please share with us. It'd be fun to see where others are progressing. And if you have any questions about getting started, let me know. You can also go back and watch the previous videos. For those of you who are still learning how to crochet, or if you want to build up your skills, I would encourage you to take a look at Toni Lipsey's Crochet Academy. If you go to the link above, and I'll link that in the description and in the comments, you can sign up for this free program where she goes through lessons to teach you different things. And then you can see here, the lessons begin August 17th, and she does break it out into what each of the different lessons are. And then there will be a crochet along from September 7th through October 9th. Go to this site, you can check out the different options that she has for this year's crochet along designs. And there's also information on where you can get the pattern, or if you would like to buy a kit from Lion Brand. Let's find out what we are going to be doing this week. First, let's check out our color. Oh, we're back to a neutral. So this is linen. That's a nice one. It'll go well with the previous colors. Okay, which stitch will we be doing? Oh, front loop or back loop only. That's a pretty good one. It's nice and fast, and it gives us some texture differences. Okay, finally, how many rows? Well, that's easy enough. We can handle that one. Next, I will show you how to do the front loop only or the back loop only stitch. This week's stitch isn't a new one. It's just a different way of doing a single stitch. So if we have the front loop here is the one that's closest to us, and the back loop. Now, whether you go into that front loop or into the back loop, it gives a little bit of a different effect, and I'll list some of those different purposes for doing either of them on the screen. But let's go ahead and take a look at what this is. So for this stitch, I'm actually going to do the back loop only. So all I have to do for a single stitch is I just put my hook into that back loop. I'm going to yarn over, pull it through, yarn over and pull through both. Now you won't really notice anything right away, but what this does is it will give you a solid line on one side, so you have more of a textural difference than anything. So since this is not going to be real visible until I get further on, I'm going to go ahead and keep working on this, and then I will bring it back and just show you what I mean. Here we are at the end. Now I know that our random selector only chose 2 rows today, but I decided to do 4 so that you could see the effect of this much better. Now, when we started out, we were on the green here, and I did it in the back loop only of this green row. So you could see right here that there is a fairly prominent line because this is the front loop of each one of those in the green line. And then this is when I flipped it around and came back, you can see this is how it looks there. So it gives it this interesting texture. So this was from the front loop, or excuse me, the back loop only. And then you can see on the back of our strip here, it just looks the opposite. So here it indents, and on the back, you've got the outdent. I don't know, what is that called? Anyways, you have this type of effect on the back. So if we continued, you would see this. When you're doing an afghan like this, it serves a purpose of giving it some texture. When you're doing amigurumi, you actually you can see the effect a little bit differently. So this was started with the top row, and we went in a circle here. But then in order to transition down and change our direction, you can see right here, that was where there was either a front loop only or a back loop only. That was down there. And then again, the same thing happened here when we wanted to change direction from vertical back to horizontal. So if I flip this over, you can see where that line was. So that's the purpose of the front loop only and the back loop only when you're doing something other than changing the texture on an afghan. Last week I forgot to show you the tracker that we're using for the chaos blanket, but here you can see that we did the forest color for the half double crochets. I gave that one a groovy rating for chaos level because it wasn't really hard. It's just I kind of kept adding those extra stitches where they didn't need to be because of muscle memory from another project that I'm working on. So let's look at this week. We have linen, and then our stitch this week was either the front loop only or the back loop only, and we did the back loop only. I did end up doing 4 rows, but that was by choice. We only needed to do 2, but I wanted to show you the full effect. Now this one is easy, so we're just going to copy here and do our zen. It was very zen. This is an easy one. I hope you find it easy as well. No frogs at all because it's easy peasy, and I have no notes this week. It's just an easygoing one. So that is it for the tracker, and we'll continue with this next week. If there are other tips and tricks that you'd like to learn about, please let me know and I'd be happy to make a video on them or refer you to some other resources. Please feel free to share this with your friends. The more the merrier. Thanks for joining me again this week. I hope that you have enjoyed this series and that you will continue to watch with me. If you're enjoying these videos, please be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you'll see when the next one comes out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Bye. If you like these videos, third time. One thing I've noticed. Please shout out, give me a shout out. I'll get it. Please reach out to me and it's been a week. Well, last week was the week. This week so far is fine.